And I've been noticing a couple of different trends recently in relation to candidate interest in relocating up to Queensland. So to do a bit more digging, I've reached out to Adam Criddle from Veris, who joins me today to speak about a few key points surrounding the market, and all other relevant implications. So, Adam, thanks so much for taking the time to sit down with me today.
G'day, Alex. No worries.
So, just jumping straight into it. Now, obviously, you're the team leader for Veris and Cairns. So, talk me through. Firstly, what sort of drove you to the move to move up to Queensland, specifically far north Queensland?
Yeah, sure. Look, it was the opportunity to perform a similar role as I've had in the past in Victoria, but to do it in a different place. Um, the tropics of far north Queensland are very different to where I've been working in Victoria before, and I thought, well, it's a good place to go for an adventure. The Queensland market is moving along, and if you go pegging in winter, well, there's no freezing feet and freezing fingers and so on. So it's just, same sort of job in a different environment.
Excellent, excellent. And in terms of the attraction for surveyors to move up north, in terms of what you've seen within the Veris business and candidates that have moved up with the Veris business, what have you found the attraction to be for surveyors, whether it be those that are younger as well as those that are older?
Sure. I think me being an older surveyor, I can practice what I've learned already. Like we're still in a Torrens title system. I can transfer my registration up here. So it's not like I'm going to the far side of the moon. For Cairns itself, we're a regional centre, which means that the people that work with me, we get opportunities to do a variety of projects. So rather than being pigeonholed into a set-out surveyor or a pegging surveyor or whatever it happens to be, you get plenty of opportunity because there's plenty of jobs to do, and everyone has to sort of pitch in and get all sorts of things done.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. And look, in relation to, I know one of the main questions is basically the situation surrounding registration, the transferable nature of registration. Talk me through what it was like to get your license from Vic transferred up to Queensland, and what's the most useful sort of points that young surveyors should know when they're going for their license, maybe another state looking to get it transferred, or maybe if they're looking to begin a training agreement up in Queensland and maybe looking for that to be transferred down the line.
Yeah, sure. I'm new to the system up here, but I do know that the path to registration is similar to other states. You get a supervising surveyor, you undertake projects, and you present them to the board for consideration. And so the process is similar. Really would be driven by the candidate as to how long it takes. Getting myself registered, Queensland is not part of the national regulation around mutual recognition that was introduced by the federal government last year, but you still get registered through the reciprocal arrangements that existed previously. So for me, I've got a letter of recommendation from Surveyors Board of Victoria. I've got a couple of stat decks, a couple of personal references, and I put everything into the Surveyors Board of Queensland, paid my fee, and hopefully within the next few weeks I'll be registered, and look forward to signing documents then.
Gotcha. Excellent, excellent. And look, for candidates, linking it back to more or less the candidates that you bring into the business and those that are relocating from other states, when it comes down to the interview process, what are the specific things that you look for in candidates when sort of prospecting for the move up to far north Queensland?
Yeah, look, it is a big move. So I moved my family. I've got 3 kids and my wife. We all moved up here. So from my side of the fence, I wanted to know that the business that I was coming to had a good reputation, had a good book of work, so that if I moved up here, I wasn't suddenly left high and dry. And that's a real thing. Veris fit the bill then, so that was great. And there are other surveying businesses in Cairns to chat to as well. We've recently placed a candidate, young surveyor, through you, Alex, thank you. And we wanted to talk to her about why she was coming up to Cairns, and we wanted her to understand that it is a big move, that it does uproot your life, your friends, or everything changes. So it really was knowing why people were coming up and why I was moving up, and taking the time to consider all of the implications of that. One of the things that I found was important was flexibility from Veris to say, well, look, I want to move at the end of the year when my kids finish school. And once we move up, I need a little bit of extra time to sort of settle into Cairns, to take care of the things that I need to take care of. So I took a month after we arrived to be able to do all the things that we needed to do for our home and our schooling. And that really gave me the opportunity to learn about Cairns a bit, tidy my life up, so to speak, and then start working. And that's been really valuable to me. So a flexible employer was great.
Right, excellent, excellent. And but would you say there are any specific candidates or any specific personalities that are best suited to the move up to far north Queensland? Like, of course, it is a massive move, as you've alluded to, but who do you think, or which sort of types do you think suit the move the best?
Yeah, look, it gets hot, so you got to be happy being outside in the heat and the humidity. If you're an indoor surveyor, then maybe you want to do some drafting and stay indoors. But I need drafters as well. I've met lots of surveyors, generally guys, because we've got quite a male-dominated industry. They love camping on the weekend. They love fishing. They love going four-wheel driving, riding dirt bikes, all this kind of stuff. And I see that lifestyle being extended in their time up here, and there's some real adventures to be had. And look, I don't ride dirt bikes, but one of the reasons that I'm up here is so that I can take my family on those adventures and see a different part of the world. So if you're into that stuff, then I think this is a great place to do it. There's, you can go fishing, take out a boat, go to the reef, go bungee jumping, go mountain biking, go road cycling. There's so much to do up here, and the weather is far more conducive to doing that all year round than it is in Victoria.
Yeah, excellent. And in terms of when a person does initially sort of move up, and I know that we've sort of touched on this through, especially my most recent can I've put up with you. But what sort of key things do you think a person needs to consider to successfully complete and facilitate the move up? Like, should they be joining clubs? What should they, make sure they're not romanticizing the move? Like, what are your thoughts around that?
Yeah, look, it definitely helps to not romanticize the move. It is a magical place. There's no doubt about it. I'm looking out the window in front of me and I can see a great big rainforest covered mountain and all these types of things. But I think the thing for us as a family is to understand why we moved here. We have left behind our friends. We had an established community. We've left behind our schooling, all of our networks. And that's easy to do at the moment, but perhaps you don't necessarily understand the implication of it until afterwards. So knowing that we've left something behind and then knowing what we've gained in coming here has been really important for us. It does help to have a pursuit or a hobby or an interest that you can then pursue again here. So, if you want your kids to go to scouts, they could go to scouts or guides or whatever it is. My wife is a ceramic artist, so she's going to join a pottery group. I ride my road bike and mountain bikes and I meet people that way. The kids have settled into school and they've made friends that way as well. But that's taken a couple of months to begin to establish that. And at the beginning, it was hard and it was very much our family sorting things out together. But it's grown and grown and grown, and I can see a real future for us here.
Beautiful. Look, that's about it for me for the time being. I do thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me. Before I do finish this up, do you have any other final sort of comments and remarks to anyone that is currently toying or idealising the move up to far north Queensland?
Look, just give it a go. I think that's the thing. Throughout my life, I've always thought about where I want to go in the future, and I've always recommended to people that work with me that they should have a plan for their career and a plan for their life. And if you do have a plan, then you get to take these sorts of opportunities and just see a different part of the world doing different sorts of things. And look, you come up here and work with us, I'd love you to stay. But if it doesn't work out, it's also not the end of the world. But, as they say, you'll never know if you never go. So give it a go.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, that's all for the day. Thanks so much for taking the time to sit down with me, Adam. And I know that your tips and insight are going to be much appreciated by the broader sort of industry.
No worries at all, Alex. Pleasure. See you later.
Thanks, Adam.